I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. I'm a very nice person. Anybody knows I will give the shirt off my back and help anybody I can with anything, always. But using my name for clickbait, likes, clout, because you don't understand certain things or because you simply decided not to do something when you had everything that you needed to take care of it, you will be facing more than one lawsuit. We already done talked. Everything was squashed. I don't give a damn what y'all got going on the internet, but using my name, my likeness, my business, anything like that, in regards to anything that's untrue, you already know what's going to happen. So it's the last time I'm going to address it. On top of that, spoke to you, told you that I was happy to help you get your stuff back straight so that you could be back busy like you was. Stacking, making sure that your shit was situated. You agreed and then turned around as soon as y'all had a personal argument, you decided to go back saying the same thing, because that's what makes you feel better when you know that's not the whole truth. So just chill. Just chill. That's all I'm going to say. Just chill.
With another one, we will most likely go live today, but I wanted to bring something to your attention that I had ran across on IG. I'm pretty sure that she was referring to Shamar. Also, there's something that happened on TikTok. I don't know if he got banned or he did something or said something, but it was already told to him. Shout out to 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛 at the time when Izzy got out of jail, for him not to be posting, accusing who took the money, how it went down. He had a big post on his page. He eventually took it down when 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛 had got in touch with somebody that's close to Shamar. However, I'm really sure that she's referring to suing Shamar if he doesn't be quiet. Now, it's very shady how if you're being accused by an ex-client that you took money from them, it's all coming out now that Alvo and Shamar broken up. I don't understand why you would want to work something out, but I can also understand why you would, because a lot of people think that Shamar's slow. And I guess if you try to finesse him, like obviously happened in this case, in my opinion, he's the only one I can think of. If you're accusing somebody 1 minute of taking something from you and also putting you in a legal situation, and then the next minute them finessing you, talking about how they'll help you get you back booking busy. Only one I can think of that right now is not busy is Shamar, and he dealt with this lady here, Izzy. She was supposed to be his manager. How that happened, it's still unknown. Nobody really knows how they actually linked up. We just know that when Alvo and Shamar linked up, Izzy was in the picture, and all of a sudden she became the manager. Money came up missing. Promoters started complaining about it, and one of the promoters that he took the money from, because everything's going back down on Shamar now, not on Izzy or Alvo. He got taken to court. He got sued, and she even mentioned in that IG story that she put up, basically, you already got sued, basically. So don't, I don't think you want me to do you like that next. So, they had an agreement from this short conversation that she shared publicly. And we know that she publicly and personally put that up because she knew that people who are supporters of Shamar or Alvo would see this, and they would definitely make sure that it gets out to the masses. I mean, it's a no-brainer. She's very clever at what she's has done, in my opinion. It's my opinion. And she's very clever at, without mentioning names, but we can read between the lines. Ray Charles can see through the BS with this, that she's referring to Shamar. And, I just hope that Shamar has a team behind him and they're helping him with this whole situation to resolve it, because these kind of threats on social media, if she is referring to Shamar, is just out of pocket, because that kind of money just doesn't come up missing. And I don't think that Shamar just would wake up and suggest to Alvo and to Izzy to take that kind of money from promoters. You know, people have said in the past, oh, it has been done. Shamar has done it. I never heard of it. I'm not saying it hasn't, but not as many times as it has been done. This sounds like a group of people which did come into the picture who was being very manipulative to Shamar, like a lot of people are, and they got greedy with it. Now, Shamar may have did it, but multiple times. He has multiple lawsuits because of it. I don't think Shamar would have took it that far. Not only that, I can't see Shamar putting himself in jeopardy as far as going to jail behind taking promoters' money and thinking that he's just not going to go to the booking. You know, of course he didn't go to the booking because he claimed he never got the money. But there's a lot of, you know, mess behind all of this, a lot of mass confusion. I think that Izzy is more scared than probably Shamar, because that's why it's very important when we're in school, you tell your kids to pay attention so that they can learn how to read and write, count, and all that. Because if Shamar knew his rights, if he could read and write, if he understood, you know what I'm saying, the fundamental of things, he would see that there's no threat in what she said. It's verbal what she said. I don't think that she would want to take any of this into the court of law, because if she had something to do with that money and it was foul play, she would basically just be telling on herself. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things would definitely come out in court. So I don't think that she would do it, but she could get on social media and do that, because she knows that everything with Shamar, his whole life's on social media, and Shamar will believe it, maybe perhaps get scared, not let us know he's scared, and back down and not say anything. But for her to make it seem like in this little short little explanation that she's trying to you know, bring across, I guess, to him, she's making it seem like she's doing him a favor, and nobody's doing Shamar a favor, because at the end of the day, he still has to pay from the first lawsuit that $20,000 one way or another. I don't care if it comes out of his check. I don't know how he's going to pay it. That's always going to be held over his head until he gets that money up. And he knows that he's paying back this money from that lawsuit because he was being a follower and he was listening to people. Even if he don't understand the business side of it, some things are just common sense, and he allowed it to happen. So at the end of the day, this is all going to fall back on Shamar. Now, we're going to talk about it more in our live tonight, but I'm pretty sure that she's talking about Shamar, because Tommy had to save him about a couple of days ago. I guess when we all found out that Izzy was out, and Shamar went on a rampage and posted that she stole the money and she did this to his bookings and this and that and other. He just went into a full spill. He even had like documentation, which it looked like a fake contract. I showed it in the live. But I'm pretty sure she's talking about Shamar. Shamar needs to get it together. And when he gets up here, you know, wanting to be a social media influencer, he needs to know what to say and what not to say. He needs to pay attention to what is important and what's not. And he also needs to stop, you know, falling out with people and then trying to, you know, be friends with them again, and let them try to suck them in. Because I feel as though she's not really, was probably not going to do him a favor. She's going to make him think that she was going to get him back on track, but she was also going to eat off that. She's probably being greedy, was thinking about, oh, you know, I slipped through the cracks. I could have gotten in trouble. I didn't. He ended up with the lawsuits. He got to pay back $20,000 to one of the lawsuits. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make it seem like, you know, also to stay out the spotlight, like I'm trying to help him, you know, which, you know, I don't feel as though she's trying to help him at all. I think she's trying to burn him again. You know, in fact, if she had something to do with that money, and that's my opinion, which I believe, and I'm saying in my opinion, I'm not saying it as facts, I believe Izzy has something to do with that. Shamar needs to stop trying to do stuff on his own and get a professional to help him on the back end with his business.